Thank you for staying for the news belt of the show. Let's get right into it. And the Chief Justice is blaming prosecutors from the Attorney General's department for delaying court trials of persons arrested in connection with illegal mining. There are currently 850 alleged illegal miners standing trial in various courts across the country. However, many of these cases have dragged on, with none of these cases having been concluded. Organized labor has also announced a nationwide strike, citing the failure of the authorities to constitute a special court to prosecute accused persons as a reason for their action. Although the Attorney General wants judges to expedite prosecution, the Chief Justice says the work prosecutors also play is the cause of the delay. There's more in the following report.
The 2024 Annual General Meeting of Judges and Magistrates also brought together stakeholders to reflect on improving the security and welfare of the judiciary for effective justice delivery. However, given the raging national crisis of illegal mining, Attorney General Godfrey Dame chose the occasion to call on judges to expedite cases related to persons standing trial over illegal mining.
Cases are secured, but they come in trickles. Currently, over 140 cases of illegal mining involving over 850 accused persons are pending in courts in the Western, Eastern, Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Upper East regions of Ghana. Some have been pending since 2020. This situation, with all respect, cannot be right. We are in urgent national crisis, and all citizens and institutions with any form of role to play must be called upon to act. Your leadership, I therefore respectfully call on you to direct all judges sitting on Galamsey cases to conclude the cases, the hearing of which has started within 1 month from the commencement of the legal year on 10th October 2024.
However, the Chief Justice, Gertrude Tokono, in response to the AG's concerns, pointed out that delays in illegal mining cases also stem from the work of some state prosecutors.
Petitions about delays through unending adjournments of cases. There's no need for a court to adjourn a case after the case management conferences for mention. My firm view, developed from 20 years of sitting as a trial judge and appellate judge, is that it should not be the norm that parties are made to dress up, leave their businesses, spend money traveling, and spend time just sitting in a court premise only to hear the title of their case called out and told to come back another date. On the issue of delays in Galamsey cases, the Attorney General will acknowledge that our engagements have shown that the delays often come from the work of prosecutors.
The courts and the Attorney General have come under intense criticism for the detainment of some 53 persons who allegedly staged a protest over illegal mining, with a number of civil society groups calling for their release. However, Godfrey Dame says, although the actions may be wayward, some innocent persons may have been mobbed up together with a group, a reason he expects the police to let them go by the next hearing.
Having said this, I urge the police service to swiftly conclude investigations by the next adjourned date of the cases involving the prosecution of SSs for recent protests in Accra, so as to exclude by that date all those against whom sufficient evidence cannot be found to proceed further. I also advise the prosecution to consider relevant bail applications at the next adjourned date of the case.
Now, labor unions have declared their readiness to lay down their tools to join the call for government to declare a state of emergency on Galamsey. Already, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, the Media Coalition Against Galamsey have all declared their support for the indefinite nationwide strike declared by the TUC on Tuesday after the expiration of a 1-month ultimatum to government. The TUC and other unions have been demanding the revocation of LI 2462 and also the declaration of a state of emergency on all illegal mining activities. But first, my colleague MFA Aditi sat down with Deputy TUC Secretary General Dr. Kwabena Nyarko-Otu, who says since the declaration of the strike yesterday, they are yet to hear from government.
Nothing has changed. So we are still in preparation to undertake the strike come 10th of October 2024.
Well, so between yesterday and today, have you seen any intention from the government to want to engage you on any form?
No, not any that I have seen. and I'm not sure any of our leaders have seen anything. They have not communicated anything personally to me. But if they have done so with other leaders, I would have been in the known.
Now, should government decide to engage in any way, are you still going to go on a strike even if they like to meet you halfway?
Okay, so we outline a number of demands. Okay, we expect that government to fully accede to all those demands. But of course, we are also a body that does engagement a lot. And we are open for engagement. At the end of the day, our objective is to ensure or to see that Galamsey, particularly in forest reserves and the water bodies, are brought to a complete halt. Then after that, we can have a discussion on the broader question of mining and its impact on the Ghanaian society, particularly on the things that matter to us, forests and water, for example.
And so you say the forest and the water, where you like as a reserve, describe as reserve, should not be touched in any way. And that's, at least if government is able to do that one, you're looking to consider or reconsider the date, the 10th of October?
Yeah, we are. But, I mean, so the objective is not merely to strive for the sake of striking. The objective is to end Galamsey.
Now, the biggest transport union, the Ghana Private Roads Transport Union, and their counterparts, the Concerned Drivers Association, have become the latest to fully declare their readiness to join TUC's strike. Listen to Public Relations Officer of the GPRTU, Ibrahim Abbas Moro, and the concerned drivers, David Aguado.
The 10th, all GPRTU nationwide will lay down our tools. Nobody will work.
How many drivers are we talking about as far as the GPRT is concerned?
My brother, as many as you could count, because we operate all over the 16 regions. Undisputedly, we are the leading transport operators as well. And I strongly believe we are not doing this for GPRT, but we are doing this for Ghana. As long as the Galamsey issue keep destroying our water bodies and creating problems for anybody who consumes any water in that condition, then means nationwide. By coming out again, don't expect only GPRT. You expect all transport operators as well.
And so on the 10th, all the almost tens of thousands of drivers under GPRTU who sit at home, they will not put their cars on the road.
Yes, if nothing changes, that's exactly what everybody should expect.
No movement across the country.
Until otherwise.
On the 10th of this very October, no vehicle is moving. We will sit down and demonstrate. We will not move our vehicle. We will not let anybody, any trotro or long-distance vehicle move in the country.
So I get the sense that on the 10th of October, there will be no commercial vehicle on the street across the country to pick passengers from one point to the other.
Exactly so. If organized labor and TUC are doing this to save Mother Ghana, we will all join hands by parking our cars as the whole nation. This is not a Obienya issue.
What's the number of drivers we are talking about in this association, and which part of the country will be affected?
This is 16 regions. Even if concerned drivers, we have a region, even in a region, we have only 500 drivers in a region. 16 regions, we are talking of a huge number of drivers that are parking.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has reiterated his government's commitment to ensuring free, fair, and peaceful elections in the December polls. It is closed that although he wished for his anointed successor and NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to win, he would not attempt to subvert the will of the people. Speaking at a meeting with the clergy, Muslim clerics, and chiefs, he touted the achievements of his administration, stating that he had made the country better than he had found it.
President Akufo-Addo won our meeting with the clergy, Muslim clerics, members of the Upper West Regional House of Chiefs, and some community leaders in the Upper West region hinged on 3 fronts. First is to thank the people of the Upper West region and the country at large for the honor done him to be the president of the country and their continued cooperation, which has brought relative peace to the country. Second is to tout the achievements of his administration, and lastly, to urge the people to vote for the flag bearer of the MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to be president to continue his good works.
What we have done in this region, in education, in health, in road infrastructure, in agriculture, in the industrial development of our country. And I have, with modesty, but also with pride, I can say that in all these areas, I have improved considerably the state of affairs in the Upper West region compared to what I inherited in 2017.
President Akufo-Addo touched on the implementation of the free senior high school policy, which has given opportunity to major students to benefit, improvement in the quality of education in the country, and expansion of infrastructure projects.
The road network in the Upper West region has increased from 5,797.41 kilometers in 2016 to 6,741.8 kilometers by the end of 2022. This reflects, by the end of 2022, these figures do not include the expansion that has been recorded in 2023 as well as what is going on in 2024. But even then, by 2016, 2022, we're seeing a 16% growth in the expansion of the road network in the Upper West. They include asphaltic overlays. They include the completion of some notable roads, Wa, Hain, Kalio, Sankana, Takpo, Wa, Viera, Nadoli, Laura, Hamile. Now we've also seen the first tarred road to the border, Hamile border.
Despite the significant achievements that he touted about, he considered that there's still more to be done.
There's still a lot of work to be done, but that work has begun and we will continue to do it. Especially, you can be sure that if you listen to my plea and allow my vice president to come and stand here in my shoes, that work will be completed.
Though he sees Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his anointed successor, he will not make any attempt to subvert the will of the people.
As president, I cannot impose anybody on you. I don't have the power and I don't have the interest. I want the decision, just as I was elected. The next person to stand here in my shoes will also be elected by the people of Ghana.
He concluded by mocking at the NDC flag bearer, John Dramani Mohammed's claim of breaking the eight because of his position on the ballot paper, stating that it is not a good sign of victory.
I see that the former president is saying all kinds of things about the number 8 that he has, that he chose, and that it means he's going to win. Well, breaking the 8 and having the number 8, that's not a good sign at all. It's not a good sign. Our game is to break the 8, and you picked that 8. That is very simple.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam. Wa.
The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaje, has appealed to the general public to provide researchers at the Kintampo Health Research Center the needed support to enable the center execute its mandate efficiently. He made this call during a brief visit to the KHRC to ascertain first-hand information about the challenges affecting the center. Anas Abid has more.
The visit by the Director General of the Ghana Health Services, Dr. Patrick Kumabwaje, to the Kintampo Health Research Center is to, amongst other things, identify key challenges facing the center, as well as develop ways and means of addressing them. Dr. Kweku Puku Asante is the director of the Kintampo Health Research Center.
We are very excited about his visit, and this is because during a visit by the leadership of the Ghana Health Service, it provides us confidence and assurance that the work that we are doing is of relevance to the leadership of the Ghana Health Service. And that's exactly what the Director General mentioned to us. His visit also provides assurance that they are looking into what we do, and they are very concerned about our challenges as well. And so we also presented our challenges, as we usually do when he visits every year, to address them. We are grateful that today he's accepted to work on the current challenges for us and also to ensure that there's continuity of the research that we do, which is usually of importance to the Ghana Health Service leadership.
The center, which is widely known for its collaborative role in the development of a malaria vaccine which targets the reduction of malaria amongst children, is today working around non-communicable diseases, including hypertension.
So currently we are working on non-communicable disease research. We have just completed one key research that looked at referral patterns of people with hypertension in rural areas. As you know, if we take people of age above 40 years, about 50% of them may have hypertension. If you take people between 18 and above, about 25% of them do have hypertension. But the challenge is majority of them don't even know they have it until they get a bad outcome like a stroke. So we are working on how to identify people that have hypertension, how to refer them for treatment, and also how to get them to continue their treatment and have their blood pressure controlled.
Director General of the Ghana Health Services, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaji, underscored the significant roles played by the center in improving health care in the country and was quick to call on the people of the area to provide the center with the needed support to enable it execute its core mandates.
Kintampo was one of the lead research centers in the world that did the malaria vaccine trials, and they continue to do more. They did that for COVID vaccines, among others. They have also done a lot of community-based studies that shows us what is the community perception of our work. How better can we serve the community? That they need the community support for their research, because they use the people in their research. They need resources from the community, because whatever we do is the community that benefits first, then the entire country. How does the structures, assemblies, etc., help them to do that? Just to also appreciate the importance the research plays in the way we deliver services and the type of service we deliver.
Anna Sabit, Joy News, Kintampo.
The Bono East Regional Directorate of Health Services has commenced the vaccination of children aged between 9 and 59 months against measles and rubella. The Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Paulina Clara Apia, stated that the exercise was targeting nearly 210,000 children across the 11 districts of the region, with adequate arrangements made to include all children, including those in the region's island communities. Anas Sabit reports.
The campaign, which targets children aged between 9 and 59 months, aims at immunizing about 209,000 children within the Bono East enclave to safeguard them against measles. The initiative, according to the Bono East Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Paulina Clara Pia, is in response to a recent increase in measles cases over the past few years.
The reason why it has become necessary for us to do is that we have started seeing an increase in measles cases. From 2020 to now, we have seen that each year measles cases has been going up. For example, 2024, we've been able to detect 43 cases as compared to 23 last year. And it's not only here in Bono East, but it's all over the country. So the plan is that we are trying to mop up or reach out every child who is susceptible to developing measles. So whether you've had a measles vaccine before or not, we are providing you this opportunity to have the vaccine. And so what we are doing that for the region, we have a target of 209,000 people to vaccinate. Each this has its own target. And so what we have done is that we have gotten the district to sensitize the general public, meet stakeholders, so that they can also mobilize the community for us to be able to vaccinate these children.
Dr. Paulina Clara Apia revealed that enough arrangements have been instituted to ensure that no child is left behind, including out-of-school children and those within the island communities.
So one of the areas is that we are doing the static clinics where all our hospitals, our health centers, our CHIP compounds are vaccination sites that the community knows that they can go there and have the vaccination. The other strategy is the outreach site where already in the communities they know where we go and then sit and have the vaccinations. They already know. So for those who will be in school, we will go to the schools and vaccinate them there. But for those children, some of them may not be in school. We will meet them in their homes, at the marketplaces, wherever their mothers are working, we also go there. So those will be done by the mobile teams. And then we have one other group that will also go to our island communities. So they will do the camp out. So they will use the whole 5 days, go to those islands, and then move from island to island and then vaccinate the children who are eligible.
She was also quick to underscore the relevance of the exercise and appealed to all parents to fully participate in order to provide the needed protection to children from measles and rubella.
It's so necessary because vaccines actually save lives. And so I just want to encourage anybody who has any doubt that the measles vaccine is not good. The measles vaccine saves lives. And the women, population, they can attest to it that as long as they have the measles vaccine, even if somebody has the disease, it's not severe, it doesn't kill them. And so the measles vaccine is good.
Borno East Regional Minister Kwasi Adujan admonished the people of the region to embrace the exercise, which will go a long way in helping protect the targeted children across the region against measles.
It is for that very reason that the Ghana Health Service has set aside 5 days. This is happening not only in Borno East or Techiman, it's happening throughout the 16 regions and about 266 districts. Okay. So we are educating the people to understand that there aren't any side effects of this, as some of them go to.
The 5-day vaccination exercise begins today and is expected to end on Sunday, October 6, 2024. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Techiman.
Well, let's settle for our business updates up next. Welcome back. Now, the General Agriculture Workers Union is predicting food prices will continue to surge in the coming months despite government's intervention policies. This follows the increase in inflation for the month of September 2024 to 21.5% from 20.4% recorded in the month of August 2024. The Ghana Statistical Service has attributed the increase to a rise in food inflation. Reacting to the development, former General Secretary of the General Agriculture Workers Union, Edward Kariwe, said the impact of Galamsey and the dry spell would push food inflation further in the coming days.
I think that I'm not surprised. What actually surprised me was that when prices of foodstuffs were skyrocketing, inflation was declining. That is 2-3 months back. And that was a surprise to me. But as it stands, under normal circumstances, between August, September, October, food prices are supposed to come down. And then that will have a significant influence on the national inflation. Unfortunately, if you look at the landscape of agriculture, in terms of production capabilities, you realize that this year, 2024, we are not going to have any significant increase in food production in the country. And if our total output is going to fall, then of course it would push inflation up. So from now until December and then into next year, particularly the early part of the year, we should expect food inflation to continue to push the national inflation up.
In our next story, the National Coordinator for the African Continental Free Trade Area, Farid Arthur, has emphasized the importance for SMEs to take advantage of the agreement to reach other markets on the continent. He made the appeal after 12 small businesses were selected to participate in the trade forum in Rwanda in the coming weeks. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Arthur said many businesses were still not taking advantage of the AFTA.
This is the second time that the African Continental Free Trade Area, the Secretariat, is holding the African Business Forum. And this time, the first time was held in South Africa. The second one is being held in Rwanda from the 9th to the 11th. And as part of the Business Forum, African businesses from 35 countries, 35 African countries, and other businesses from across the world will be meeting in Rwanda to discuss the issue of business improvements and other things. So the companies and enterprises that we have selected, mainly from the small and medium enterprises sector, are supposed to go and get the exposure on the African continent, see how other African continents are doing their thing. They're also supposed to have the opportunity to network with their counterparts and then to look for business. So the purpose of what we are doing here is to be able to build their capacity to be able to effectively participate in such forum, go there, negotiate effectively, make networking, and then also to sell Ghana, to look for business opportunities for themselves.
Well, it's a cap for business and a cap for the AM News. I'll be serving you the news review up next, but I leave you with our currency market update.